is it time to talk about the Tournament of Power? Because yeah, I caught up with Dragon Ball Super. It's been a while since I've talked about anything Dragon Ball related, and I think perhaps maybe it's the perfect time to talk about this because the 1 hour special is going to be arriving soon. There's Goku versus Jiren, which I know a lot of people have been excited for a very long time. This guy being set up for like just dozens of chapters and episodes, and it's just like now finally getting to see this guy and seeing a little hint of what he can do in action in the previews and everything that's happening. I can see why people are down for that as well, and especially with some of the high praise and some very big negatives with this arc as well. So I'm going to be starting talking about that because it was practically around about 20 episodes, like for the most part that I watched, and I watched the majority of like all the pre-stuff as well and all the stuff that I left behind. So let's just talk about that, and I think the one thing I want to talk about is like straight up, I think I like the pre-tournament power of stuff more than I do, although there are some fucking stars in that Tournament of Power, mainly because like there's such a lot of great characterization moments in like the whole like when you're seeing like characters like, you know, Android 17 coming back, which is like, oh shit, we haven't seen you for a while, and we are finding out like this really just awesome stuff that you know, he's been continuously been training, he's been working on this island for a while, find out that yeah, he's got his own fucking family, he's got his own kid, he adopted some, he got married, like that was the nice thing. You even had these great moments with other characters, like you had Krillin as well, like going through like, you know, his own stuff and all that, training with his wife, training with Goku, like trying to get back to like saying like, I'm tired of like, you know, being weak, like I'm tired of being this defenseless, like I need to get back to where I was. Like Roshi, I mean, he was fucking hilarious throughout the entirety of there. His whole pretty much training was like, I can't, like, Pra, I need you to turn into a sexy bird because, Jesus Christ, my boner, like, this is my biggest weakness of this term. If I can't keep my dick in check, then we're in problems of this tournament right now, alright? So, let me kind of rape you. It was fucking weird. Like, Tien is a fucking different story. Like, he got shit on throughout the entirety of ever since he came back. Like, even when his episode he came back, he got shitted on. So it was Roshi's time to shine. It was like, yeah, I'm glad that Roshi's, like, was really awesome, and it's, like, just showcased, like, how much of a great person, like, he is and all that, like, being, like, Goku and Krillin's master. But Tien, holy shit, did he just get shit on every single part of the way and all that. Like, honestly, I don't think, like, I can even think of one real good moment from him and all that. And I was seeing, like, a lot of people mention, like, he brought back this move, and it wasn't just, you know, like, the Kiko Ho, like, it wasn't just that. Like, he was, like, doing a bunch of other techniques, and I was like, that's awesome, but the way that, like, how every fight he was ever in, especially when it was, like, Gohan training back up, which... that's the thing, like with Gohan redeeming himself slightly, I don't think Gohan will ever compare to like what he was, like Teen Gohan to like Ultimate Gohan, like where he was like all that cocky son of a bitch kind of nature to him and all that. Like Gohan still hasn't gone there, he's still kind of pussyfooted, and like every time it's always like, oh, you finally released your true power, or you're gonna get even further, and like, and there's a great moment with him and Piccolo training, and it's like an absolutely fantastic moment, this father-son moment, more than like what Goku did, and like that really was amazing stuff. But every time they're like, yeah, you're finally going to release your true power, Gohan, it has been multiple times. When he was against the trio de fuckfaces, when he was against, like in the Tournament Power, when he was against his father, he keeps doing this and all. It's like, stop fucking restricting yourself. Even Frieza's telling you this, which, Frieza, motherfucking Frieza is probably one of the best characters, like, redeemed. Like, alright, like, I will still, to this day, I fucking hate the Resurrection of Earth stuff in the Super, like, I watched most of it and I just couldn't, I fucking tapped out. Even still, Resurrection of Earth, like, is not as good as, like, Battle of Gods, just straight up, I'm saying that and all that, like, it just wasn't a good movie compared to that, like that. Is it better than probably some of the other Dragon Ball movies? Having his whole redemption thing, and him coming out, like, doing the golden transformation and show, like, all I've been thinking about for all the entire time, like, when I've been doing my mental fortitude training is, like, just killing you, Goku. And, like, him and, like, Goku just murdering that entire universe, people that, like, that just tried to go out there because it was like, oh, we're so worried and all that, let's get a little shitty mouse guy and the fucking stupid elephant like that. Like, oh, we've got to deal with them because our universe is so shit and we need to take care of Goku because that's a big hit. Which... I want to mention that as well. Like, since we're now going on there, like Frieza just stole the show, like from out, like every time that he's been there and all that. I really like that, and, like especially just the high, really good animation and quality on that episode they had with him with this giant shitty grin, and of course like when both him and Goku clashed, and it's just this fucking array of just beautifulness, just that they punch each other. I'm like, oh, that looks so fucking sick. Like I love that. And talking about the Tournament of Power. Like, when we get to see all of these fighters, and I will say that, like, at least with the Tournament of Power, there is a huge array of, like, characters going on in here and all that. You know, like, everything with the trio, the Fuckfaces universes and all that is pretty much the furry universe for the most part. You got, like, you going on there, I'm like, oh, alright, and all that, we'll see what you got on there. Like, but some of the, like, universes and all that just got heavily shitted on, like, my god and all that, like, some of these universes and all that, like, the one with the little fucking dwarf guy and all that, his universe was trash, got immediately out. I think then it was, like, Universe 9 or 10, I think it was, like, Universe 9 they got kicked out as well, like, after a while, which is the Elephant guy, and it's just, like, you guys are just fucking pathetic. And that's been like the one thing apart from like Universe like 11 and all that, like with Jiren, like I was really surprised with the Beerus looking guy, like Dipso. I really like Dipso, like he's really cool and all that, like Toppo. Like there was a couple of actually standout guys from that universe, and I was like, I really like them because guess what? They're motherfucking Kamen Riders. They're just Kamen Riders like Super Sentai. And of course I'm going to appreciate when Jiren's going to do a couple of punches and he explodes Kale in the background. Of course you got to pose, have the explosion in the background. I'm like, Jiren, you're winning my heart here. Like we don't know too much about you. Apart from you, like, you know, doing one punch Saitama style and taking that goo monster out. But I'm liking that, and I'm liking a little bit all the stuff with your crew going around. I don't really have too much to complain about them because I enjoy that. The one thing I'd say is, like, maybe them, like, there's so many of them got taken out at once, like, immediately. Like, which was the thing I was like, oh, maybe not all of them should have been taken out. Because I feel like where like this has been great through a lot of characters like on like Goku's team. This is getting some great characterizations with the exception of Tien. Tien's like that, like it was like the second to last episode before I caught up, which was just fucking terrible with him getting knocked out by that weird like blubber monster that kind of is resembling me a little bit, and that weird green like lizard dude with like the whole arm shooting thing on there. Like it, like that was just like, oh god, why you fucking do it? And it's a shame because we just came off like a fantastic Roshi episode where Roshi was surpassing his limits. Like he was finally going on there. It's like just this big respect to this character, and just Tien just getting heavily shitted on that. Like I really just felt so bad for him, like because I know a lot of people were throwing up. I'm so excited for him when he comes out in the video game as well, when he comes out in Fighters, because he looks fun in that game. But like, still gonna be having this sour taste where it's like Tien had a chance to come back and prove to people and all that like why he's such a serious threat. Me like not being like fully known, well known in like Dragon Ball itself, I know the legacy behind Tien and like how much of a badass he was in that series, and like even as well like what he did in Z, holding back, you know, like Semi-Perfect Cell. It's just like wait, it's just shit on that character and all that, and it's just they didn't want nothing to do with him, and it's like let's just bring him back and he'll be one of the first to like to be like back in all that. And then we're going to be talking about, like, a lot more about, with the whole universe with Champa and, like, his crew and all that. Hit going against Dipso, that was a cool fight. Him going on there, Goku coming back, like, doing, like, the God form, which was weird. Like, I know that came back in the manga, but that was a weird fucking thing to add into there as well. I was like, oh, you bring about the God form. I know it saves stamina, but I don't think they really explained it at all in that episode. In fact, I don't even think they did it as well. It's like, if you call them the manga, maybe you might know that and all that. It's like, I remember it was a one-time thing. Maybe they also explained it as well in the Super anime as well. I did skim a few episodes of that, so maybe that's what happened as well. I don't fucking know, but I was a little bit confused by that, and I was like, oh, okay. Whether or not that's going to be happening or not from there. But, like, we're going to be talking about, like, a bunch of the girls and all that. We're going to be talking about Cauliflower. We're going to be talking about Kale and all that. Because, I mean, Kale's just fucking, like, what are you going to say? She's Broly. Like, she's just coming out there and slamming Goku for a mountain. And I'm like, alright, I'm getting reminded of the Broly here, where Broly just did an entire movie, just suplexes and just bodies everyone in this movie. Alright, slightly win me over. I do, like, I like that bit of, like, Kale. I cannot stand her when she's just like, yes, it's Cauliflower, and it's just like, oh, shut up. You're not, like, it's like a really bad Hinata I'm listening to. It's just like, just shut up. I know you're supposed to be, but, like, Cauliflower, Right, we go detailing some shit about Cauliflower because Cauliflower is awesome. Like, she was like one character when I saw immediately she was on the throne, eat a bit of meat, didn't give a fuck, and I'm like, alright, and every time I'm looking here, it's like, why the fuck is Kaba here? Like, just replace Kaba with Cauliflower, and it's like, alright, he's gotta be in there. Like, but like, his whole thing was just like, hey, want to know this really cool technique called Super Saiyan? It's like, alright, I'll do that. Hey, Kale, alright, you turned into Broly. And immediately these two are already surpassing Kaba. Like, I'm just going there and I'm like, yeah, way to go, just completely move away Kaba right now. Like, there was a few things from their universe, like, you know, like there was funny, there's been, like, kind of funny moments there where it's, like, you had Magetta and, like, Botamo teaming up and he's, like, covering his ears so, like, Vegeta's, like, fucking calling him names and shit like that. Then you have that weird-ass universe and all that, that's, like, also as well, like, has, like, the Sailor Moon girl, like, they've been weird, they haven't had so much attention that, but they haven't, like, not a lot, too much of that universe, I don't think it's been knocked out. There's still quite a few hefty people in this tournament. I think there's about 30 plus like people left in this tournament, and if anyone's ever seen the real-time like version of how this fight is going down, this entire tournament, I think it's like the Tournament of Power in like the current 19 minutes that it's been going on, because it's a very weird time that's going on for. It's going for like 48 minutes or so. I'm here like going, okay? Like, alright, it's just complete madness if you fucking take it into account, like, how quickly everything's going around, like, how it's not even a full episode, like, of material that they've kind of gone through this tournament, and it's just the amount of people flying around and stuff that's happening, it's just complete chaos for the most part, so just don't pretend that it's going in real time and all that, like, for the most part. I think overall, like, from everything I'm going on there, like, there's been a few standout universes and all that. I think, you know, obviously, and all that with here, like, you know, we're going into there, like, here, it's just been fantastic. Like, going into Cauliflower, like, in some of the Universe 6 guys, they've been on there. Like, the way how Krillin Tien got treated was just fucking, like, I hate that. Like, Krillin's like, yeah, I did it, and then Frost just came around, like, and just fucking that. I felt so bad, though, for, like, Roshi when he was just taking blow after blow from Frost. But it was really satisfying to see Frieza pull the wall over Frost's eyes and him getting erased. I'm like, get out of there, you shit fucking wannabe Frieza. Get the fuck out of here. Like, and I wouldn't feel that way because I really don't like Frost. I didn't like him in Universe 6. I never cared for him well. He's a shit version of fucking Frieza. And honestly, in order to make him more interesting, just put in King Cold, put in Cool, like, have someone, like, there's a lot more interesting in there than that. Like, he's just the same fucking character, but you don't have all that stuff that we know about Frieza. And then when you're seeing one version that is pulling out way better things than he is, and it's just like, I'm so weak and all that, I think I can do this form that Frieza did, like, in original, like, at the end of the Frieza saga when he's doing full muscle form. I'm like, you're shit, you're shit, Frost. You're still, at the end of the day, shit. And I fucking had a smile on my face when I saw him getting erased. I'm like, fuck yeah, go Xenos, go! Erase him! Erase him out of the, like, fucking continuity. Do that for me. But at the end of the day, like, with any expectations, there's a lot being set up with the whole new transformations coming out, with the Hour Special, the Goku vs. Jiren, and Ozzy as well, with, like, we've still got quite a few people in the tournament still left and all that, and there's been, like, build up, like, with these two people being invisible, so whether or not there's going to be some bullshit, and it's, at the end of the day, all that matters is, like, who has the most people at the end. So I think, like, if anything, I wouldn't be surprised if this tournament goes to a tie. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, that's where it goes, and then they got to finish it off with, like, a, you know, like a 2v2, 3v3, something of that mind and all that. I'll be very interested to see if that happens, like, in the end of the whole arc and all that. But other than that, it's been really good. I still think it has some really, like, weak moments. Whether or not this is the best arc, like, in Super, like, it's a bit weird to say, because I consider the pre-tournament and the tournament their own sort of things. I think pre-tournament's great. I absolutely love some stuff in there. Some of the tournament stuff has been a little bit, but there's been some great character moments in there, and like I said, I think some characters really shined. I think Roshi out of every character and all that got probably the best treatment out of there. There's been some cool fights on there. I still kind of waiting for Piccolo really to do something, because all he's really had is his arms fucking shot off, so like that's already he's done for the most part. But I'm curious to see what you guys think of the comment section down below and all that, what you thought about so far of the Tournament of Power and all that, and if you're excited for the Goku vs. Jiren fight and that new Super Saiyan form that's coming out on there. That's all from me. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you guys though next time.